blessings of the school and the kids and the staff and our own families. Lord, just help us not take that for granted. We just ask that you be with us during this meeting, give us guidance and wisdom to make the decisions that will affect the school in a positive way. And again, we just thank you for that. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. Approval of minutes from the February 11th board meeting. Motion to approve those.
I'll make them.
Who?
I'll second.
All right. So it's Lorna and Annette.
Annette.
Lorna and Annette. All in favor?
Aye.
Athletic boosters presentation.
I guess they're not. Athletic boosters not coming.
Okay, so we'll wait for.
You want us to wait later? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry to hear that.
I am too.
Okay, comments concerning items on the agenda. All right, we're moving on.
Our famous.
We did have a good turnout for this fall craft show, even though it was awful day. I didn't even count the people coming in because I'm like, oh my goodness, it's going to be literally a wash because it was so awful. But the people who came, we had increased from last year about 10 different people by adding the crafts, and they had asked if we would care. And I'm like, well, no, we're already setting up anyway. We might as well. We just had it in the one gym, which was fine. So it went really well. And the people who had set up, there was only one out of 28 people that said they didn't make anything, but they really felt like they wanted to come in December and try, or November's event and try it again. They all said they made really good on it. So we had more. They came through in spurts, probably between the rain, I would guess, maybe. But we had a nice turnout in the beta. They raised money, and the different groups that met. I know I had mentioned to you that Amy was thrilled with the amount of feedback she'd gotten about school cafeteria stuff and the information booth. So we'll try to get next year then. I mean, hopefully no rain.
Yeah, it'd be great.
All right. I guess we got building principals up next. Whoever wants to go first, feel free.
They've had a busy week. We went to school today on time.
Hallelujah.
Someone texted me and said, what does regular time mean?
So the first one is really exciting because we were invited to be in the part of the second cohort with Westgate's new microelectronics high school academy. And normally they select like one student from each school, and they did applications, they did interview processes, and they actually ended up selecting 3 from Shoals. So that was pretty exciting. Those students are going to go through that program starting next year, and they're going to get hands-on experience with advanced electronics. We got to tour the academy not very long ago, and it is really cool what they get to do. I mean, it was way over my head, but our students, what they're going to get to do with that and the certifications that they're going to earn through Ivy Tech is pretty amazing too. So I want to congratulate those 3 students. It was Mason Lake, Isaac Johnson, and Nick McCracken. No.
Nick's his brother.
Nick's his brother, yes. On Tuesday, February 24th, we invited the community and staff to join us in the ribbon cutting ceremony of our new FEMA Safe Room tornado shelter. And I know Mrs. Holt and Mrs. Goodman are eagerly and patiently awaiting to move in. It is open as far as for a shelter. It actually was open yesterday if needed. We had someone there stationed, ready to go. But we are waiting for some technology work to be done, and I think some flooring updates in order before we can move the classrooms in. So thank you for being patient with any kind of construction. You never know. Freshman orientation was a success. Many families came to hear about the new graduation requirements and get a head start on their child's high school career. I just want to thank the staff who put it together. I wasn't able to make it. I was recovering from surgery, but I can always count on my staff. They are amazing. Families enjoyed refreshments made and served by Rock's Catering. And then I also want to thank the Martin County Health Department. Something new we did this year. They brought in a program called Hidden in Plain Sight. And they set up a classroom like a kid's bedroom. And they showed the parents all the places a vape could be hid. And I received so many positive comments from parents. Like there were places they would have never known to look. So we're going to actually try to have them come back during open house, I hope, with when there's a lot more families in the building, and they're going to set up the same program. But it was real eye-opening. So a lot of positive feedback on that. Tomorrow concludes our Rise Above Week. This week has focused on empowering students to rise above challenging situations they might find themselves in, and we have covered literally everything. We've covered drugs and alcohol. We've covered mental health awareness, suicide prevention. They have learned coping strategies from different counselors. They've heard the effects of vaping, the importance of self-worth. As you came in, I want to thank you for voting. One of the post-session activities was to make a poster, and they could select any topic that they have heard or learned about this week. And then they had to create a slogan and then create a poster of that. So thank you for voting on that. I'll announce the winner tomorrow. But this was all made possible through a couple of grants that I had gotten. And one of the grants allowed for some really nice prizes to give away. And that's what she said. She said, I want you to get nice stuff that these kids want. So we got, like, for the middle schoolers, a MetaQuest VR headset. My middle school son helped me shop. So he was in hog heaven. Anyway, so they're getting the grand prize for middle school is this VR headset. The grand prize for high school is an Apple iPad. But we've got AirPods to give away. We've given away gift cards all week. We've made it a pretty big deal. And I've attached like the theme of each day, the dress up days that went along with it, and then what the speaker talked about each day. So you can kind of see what we've focused on each day. So I want to thank our Martin County Local Coordinating Council. They helped with that grant too. And then I got another grant on top of that to cover this week. I want to wish our robotics and winter guard teams the best of luck as they head to the state championship this Saturday. Both teams advanced to the state from their previous competition. So good luck on that. Are kids ready?
Ready.
Oh, ready. I hope everyone has a safe and enjoyable spring break. I did attach some photos on the very last page of this week. And then our 3 Microelectronic Academy winners, and then a picture in the bottom of our grand openings ceremony of the FEMA shelter. I also have done a grant update. I'm going to give you guys all a copy of the grant. This is just for this school year, and these are all the grants that I have directly worked with. So if you guys have any questions on these grants, just you have my email or these are the grants I've gotten so far. What each one is.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Are any of these matching grants? Or are they just straight out grants?
Only one that's matching on
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's,
Not 100% matching, but percentage matching.
yeah. Okay.
It's awesome.
Thanks, Kendra. And all the posters out there look good too.
Mm-hmm. They were all
Yeah,
very
it
nice.
was
They all
that was
did
a hard
good job.
decision.
It was.
They were all.
I haven't voted yet.
Oh.
I haven't voted.
Oh, you have to vote. Maybe she'll be our tiebreaker.
We just sent her the picture of the one we don't.
Yeah, I was running.
Oh, we're the only ones that voted.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
That is. Man, pressure.
Pressure's on her. She has to break the
I
tie.
don't know anything else voted, so.
Did you have any real trouble reconfiguring things with the delays this week for your events?
It was a little tough, but Carol and I and
Mm. Good. Awesome.
And we had
Appreciate
talked
that.
about this last week because we knew what was coming.
Mm.
Our community has done just amazing. I have to give a shout out to Daniel Turpin. He's jumped in. I think families appreciate the morning care, and he's jumped in every time since the beginning. Since every time we ask him, he jumps in, and he's out there playing checkers with kids and artwork. And they haven't painted his face yet, but yeah, it's just been wonderful. And our bus drivers, I cannot even say enough about. Oh my goodness. Well, the winter, the whole, just all of it, but just great flexibility from staff, and students and families and bus drivers, and even, the shout out to the highway department. Those guys they have our radio. They will answer, or, come in on the radio when we need something. It's just been wonderful.
So I'm here to do the middle school update. And so I would first like to shout out to Ms. Hovis and Megan Hawkins, who organized the Rise Above event this week and invited us to attend. So that was pretty cool for the middle school kids to see all the guest speakers. They got to participate in all the activities. And then they were also a part of all the prize drawings. So they like to be included in the high school, makes them feel like they're big kids. So a special shout out to my middle school teachers who rolled with the punches this week, because we did change every schedule every day for something, because we had PBIS planned, we had science fair planned, we had the guest speakers planned, we had iLearn testing planned. So we had a lot of hoops to jump through, and my staff just rolled with it every single day. So, and then of course the rain came and the water came up, and it's amazing to work with such a positive group of people, and I'm just really proud of them. So in terms of students, again, we had a lot going on. So February 20th, our 8th grade students traveled to Mitchell to experience what's called the Reality Store. And it's a situation kind of like the Game of Life, where the kids are given different kind of career paths to choose from, different scenarios that happen in their life, like maybe they had a child, or they had a surgery, or they had, some kind of event that changes them financially. And it kind of gave them a sense of responsibility that adults face. That same afternoon, when they came back for lunch, then they were invited down to the high school again. And all of the pathway teachers opened up their classrooms and had students and themselves talking to the 8th grade about the different pathway options that they'll have as they create their freshman schedules. And so that was really nice. On March 5th, then, 8th grade students and their parents were invited to freshman orientation, where they could all learn about the new diploma changes, the new diploma requirements, and all the different options, because it's not the same as it used to be. It used to be a one or a two options, and now I think there's 9. I think it's crazy with all the seals, but and we had a great turnout for that, which was really encouraging to see the cafeteria that full. Yesterday, several of our middle school students headed to Gatlinburg for the Regional Junior Beta Leadership Summit, and they have 3 days to experience the leadership networking and the learning opportunities down there. And we were grateful to hear that Reba and the team arrived safely. So she got a couple of texts for me, just checking in. So they made it and had a great start. Our 6th grade students got to experience science fair today. They've been working in Miss Hawkins' STEM class to do different experiments, and then how to put a science fair board together. We had special judges come in. We also let the 7th and 8th graders go around and see the different boards and talk to the kids about their exhibits. And the top 5 exhibits will move on to the Crane Science Fair then in April. So, also our Shoals Winter Guard will compete at the state competition this Saturday. And finally, we of course are looking forward to spring break. So after a week like this, we need it. So In terms of teacher accountability, on the 27th, our teachers participated in professional development at the Mitchell Community School Partners and Cosmos facilitators in that morning. My staff met for lunch and had a faculty meeting, and we shared a lot of things that we're thinking in terms of what's going well, what's not going well, what we need to be thinking about in terms of next year, and especially in terms of student schedules. And then we had the opportunity to come back and hear some legal updates that were very informative for our teachers. Currently, our middle school teachers are going over all the iLearn checkpoint data, the benchmark scores and assessment scores, so that we can carefully and thoughtfully create student schedules next year. So the IDOE did roll out a new mandate that's called auto enroll math. And so students who score above proficiency on iLearn are automatically engaged in the next level math. So their parent can opt out, but so that requires us to go and see who's legit there and ready to move up and move on. And then also on the other end of it, who really needs the extra support in a WIN class, and how can we support them? So we're doing a lot with iLearn. We've got iLearn Checkpoint 3 has started, and it wraps up at the end of this month. So once we have that finalized, we'll have our students finalized. We also shared the newly approved accountability models with teachers. I had to do that in a digital meeting because our faculty meeting yesterday was canceled, but we do have the new accountability model in terms of how middle schools will be graded, and so I just wanted to update our faculty on that. So we got a lot coming up. Spring break. We have the Crane Science Fair. We have another PD Day on April 8th. Talent show will be later that day. And then, of course, the checkpoint window closes on the 10th. So we're just trucking along.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great job.
Thanks.
All right, for the elementary update, just to recap a few things that occurred in the last few weeks of February. On February 24th, Dr. Dykstra, along with special education attorneys Karen Glasser and Grace Lundy, provided myself, Ms. Eubank, and Ms. Hovis with administrators across Shoals, Mitchell, and Orleans with professional training on teacher rights, staff risk, and special education law. And the training was very informative, kind of keeping us, it was a lot to take in. But by the end of it, we were all like, when can we do this again? Because the state, with everything changing and new laws coming up, it was very informative and kind of a good sounding board to talk to other administrators, things that are occurring in their building. Also, we see in our building. So it was a very informative session. On February 27th, our teachers and staff attended the Cosmos Professional Development Day. On March 5th, our Shoals Elementary hosted Kindergarten Roundup, and we currently have 31 new Jug Rock students enrolled for the 2026-2027 school year. I'd like to thank our kindergarten teaching team, Mrs. Ashton Berry, Miss Olivia Stoll, and Pam Doan for organizing the event, and all teachers and staff who helped make this event successful. So it was well attended, and we always seem to get a few other kindergartners coming, whether it's transfer or over the summer. We did have a voicemail from yesterday of a parent wanting to come in and do a kindergarten screener. So I look for that number to increase.
I thought it went really well. You guys did a good job.
Thank you. From March 3rd through March 10th, our second and third grade students participated in the iRead assessment. We finished up on Tuesday. Sandy Kidwell brought her second graders in, and so we are completely finished with iRead testing. And iRead retakes will take place the week of May 11th. So right now, these are not official results. The state will release those here in the next weeks or months. But we are sitting at our 2026 cohort at an 80% passing rate. So that is up from last year. We were at around 70% last year, or 70 for our third grade cohort. But we did increase on that. But that is not an official, but just from the numbers that we passed in our third grade, we're around 80%.
I think it was 72 last year.
Around, yeah, 70.
Yeah.
Reminder to families that after school tutoring will be available for all grades. If you're interested in your child receiving any additional support, just reach out to the elementary office or child's teacher. Teachers and staff in grades 3 through 5 are currently preparing for an upcoming iLearn assessment, and that will begin April 14th. And I would like to extend a thank you to our bus drivers who safely transported our students, navigating the weather and flooding. And so thank you for that. And I just want to wish everyone a safe and enjoyable spring break. I do have some upcoming events listed. The end of the school year in elementary can be very hectic with classroom events. So those are some ones that we have already listed on here. That list will probably continue to grow as teachers add more things. Any questions?
Nope.
And then I included a few pictures of just life in the elementary.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Moving ahead with some personnel issues here. Approval of the following coaches. For baseball, Josh Ricardo as boys varsity assistant baseball coach. Track, we have Josh Ricardo resigning as boys varsity track coach. Daniel Turpin as boys varsity track coach. Reva Troutman as girls varsity track coach. Christina Gardner as assistant for girls varsity and JV track. Kathy Overton as a middle school girls track coach, and Amy Money as middle school boys track coach. As far as the golf, we have Travis Brett as golf coach and Chad Cundiff as golf assistant coach. On the middle school boys track, do we have a male that's going to assist with that, or do we know? Anyway. Okay. I was just curious on that. We might want to look to get somebody in that aspect or not.
I think we have normally.
Huh?
I think we normally do. I mean, have
Yeah.
someone.
Okay, we need a motion to approve those folks.
All motion.
Ethan, second.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Resignation of Anita Letterman from custodial position effective February 27th, 26, but stay on as substitute custodian. Approval of Ava Perry as substitute teacher pending positive outcome of paperwork. Approval of Haley Hannett to do clinical observation with Julia Harper through the Family Health Center pending the return of her background check and signed confidentiality agreement. Motion to approve those.
All motion.
Eva, second.
I'll second.
Lorna, all in favor?
Aye.
Events, preschool prom, April 24th, 12 to 2 in the auxiliary gym. Preschool graduation, May 20th at 9 a.m. Senior honor night, May 21st, dinner at 5 with award ceremony at 6. Graduation Saturday, May 23rd at 2 p.m. Middle school awards, elementary awards, and high school awards, May 20th. Senior graduation practice and prep for senior awards night, May 21st. And the agenda is attached. Motion to approve that.
All motion.
What we got?
I'll second.
Okay. Ethan and Annette. All in favor?
Aye.
Graduation. I'm sure we started planning for that already. So. Gotcha. Thank you.
And the board gets a new picture.
I was just thinking about that. Remind us or we'll run off and you won't
Oh,
catch
I
us.
will.
No pictures.
That's what you keep saying, but
I know.
that's my last ditch effort.
Okay. Trip request. Junior Beta to Bedford for food pantry purchases on March 9th. FFA 8 through 12 grade will go to volunteer at Martin County Humane Society March 12th. Drug Rocks Robotics to the University of Indianapolis for FTC Championship March 14th. High school art class to work on VFW and road mural in Shoals between March 23rd and October 23rd. Kindergarten to IU Botanical Garden April 17th. Mrs. Letourneau's class to Holiday World May 8th for Easter Seals Play Day. Middle school to Westgate Academy Crane April 2nd for the Crane Science Fair and Engineering Design Challenge. Seniors to Kings Island and a Reds game on April 24th for their senior trip. High school culinary class to Bloomington Culinary Art Institute March 27th. High school art to Crane to create mural for their town May 1st. And middle school beta to Nashville June 23rd to the 27th for National Junior Beta Convention. Motion to approve.
I'll motion.
Eva, second.
I'll second.
Ethan, all in favor? Contract discussions. We have mowing bids that we're going to settle on a contract to get that done because mowing season is upon us. So I'm going to have Annette read those bids. We'll take those first.
Bid number one, first year 2026 season 630, 27 season 680, and 28 season 730. Bid number two, season 2026 season 775 per row, 27 800, and 2028 season 825. Bid number three. Season 2026, 850 per week, per mow. 2027 season, 900. 2028 season, 950.
And all those are contingent on our requirements that we
Right.
set forth
For the contract.
for our mowing contract.
Number of mowings will be determined by.
And that
Actually, from
includes
Larry. Larry's my go-to.
and that includes the trimming.
Includes all trimming, all except for the athletic field.
Okay. Do I have a motion on one of the bids? Is there any further discussion on any of those further? Or
I'll make a motion on option one.
option one? We have a motion for option one. Do I have a second on
second.
option one?
I'll second.
Second. For bid one, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that? All in favor of that bid? Bid one?
Aye.
That motion is carried. Bid one. Be the mowing contract. Okay. Construction management contract with Tecton Construction Management Team and the multi-purpose room ceiling upgrade. Motion to approve those two.
Make a motion.
Lorna, second.
I will second.
Oh,
He-
go ahead. Go
he-
ahead.
I'll take it then.
Okay. Ethan. All in favor of those?
Aye.
And that is to upgrade that ceiling so we can get that multi-purpose room back for its intended use.
Yay!
So we can make that available to the kids.
I'm not sure who's going to be happier, Carol or Audrey.
Do you know what the turnaround time is on starting work for that
He said
Once-
it's 3 weeks out,
Okay, through
like 3 weeks. What do you call that? Lead time.
lead time.
I'm getting those terms.
They're going to go ahead and order this
I'm going to call him.
material. Will they
Mhm.
go ahead and order it and then be ready to
Yes,
put it? Okay.
Awesome.
I'll reach
So
out to him tomorrow.
That's going to require us to empty out that space and make that available so they can use that. So that will have to be done as well
That needs to be done before
Prior.
they start
Prior
putting
to.
the stuff down.
prior to, because
Okay.
I don't think they could do that. while
Kendra
we're
and I have
stepping
talked
away.
about
I just
this.
wasn't sure.
The emptying the multipurpose room.
So they can do their thing.
It's
down
the
there.
shuffle. It's the shuffle.
So hopefully that's going to be.
We've got this. Well,
Yeah.
Couple irons in the fire.
we've got it.
It'll come together.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Okay.
Don't tell Larry. I'm just teasing. He's very looped in. Well, I feel like it's once the
Exactly.
once the dominoes start to fall, it'll be good. It's going to work.
Okay.
We've got
Do-
this. We have a whole lot of people who can help us. We can get it.
We've got a plan.
Yes, we have a plan.
Sounds good.
Carrie's got to go.
Is-
It's
is
a
it-
domino.
is it-
Carrie moves,
is it a
then
good
them,
plan?
then yeah.
You didn't say good plan. You said you have a plan.
Okay.
We have a
Well,
great
I
plan.
shouldn't criticize because I don't even know what the plan is.
Once I talk to Bolden Construction, the clock will start ticking. We will have 3 weeks before they'll be in.
Now they're the ones also doing the floor, though, correct? So they understand.
Yeah, the floor is
Domino,
1 week,
too.
and then so
They're
then-
not doing the floor.
They're overseeing the floor.
No.
Well, is it? Oh, okay, that was a stuff.
Different.
Totally.
Different. Yes.
Okay, I thought they were
Different.
still the ones that were contacting. Okay.
Okay. All the discussion done on that.
we've got this.
Okay. All right. Let me know if you need any help.
Okay. We have that recorded, correct? Just saying.
I'll help you. Not a big deal. As long as you got a plan, just tell me where to go.
Okay.
All right. For informational only, we have FEMA contract change with Lancer and Associates. And I already looked at that, I think. Resolutions to transfer bond release payment from 0700 construction fund to 0200 debt fund. You want to elaborate on that just a second?
Yes, so we had the $18,000 left in the FEMA account, and Kendra Wright, our amazing treasurer, found out that we need to move that from the construction fund back to the debt service fund so that we can clear out that 0700 account.
So that'll complete the FEMA account. The
Yes,
building will be
that will be,
done deal.
yes.
Motion to approve that resolution.
Almost.
A second.
I'll second it.
Orna, all in favor?
I don't know who's happier to hear that, Kendra or Beth. We're still working through that.
Facility usage approval to host Blue Chip Spell Bowl meet fall of 26. Date to be determined, and Blue Chip academic meet March 3rd of 27. Motion to approve that. Annette, second. Ethan, all in favor?
Aye.
What facilities are they going to need for that? Do we know?
They usually do the gym and the cafeteria, probably.
Items after 4, trip request, Rocks Catering and Shoals Grounds to attend Upland Student Run Business Conference on April 14th at Brown County Schools Resource Center. Motion to approve that trip.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Lorna and Eva, all in favor?
Aye.
And curriculum instruction update.
This is
Yours is mine's on the wrong page. That's okay. Sorry. Mine's on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is different than the one we had the other day.
Yeah.
Okay. Paperwork. Paperwork.
Danielle's been busy lately between testing and preschool and gathering had the quality binders and
And then she's got to do this.
she loves this part. It's her favorite.
Yeah,
I bet
yeah.
it is.
I look forward to it.
I
Yeah.
know her. I know her. I know her better than that.
All right. So as Mrs. Gibson and Mrs. Eubank has said, the last 2 weeks we've been iRead and SAT testing. Both are complete though as of today. So that's good news. SAT testing, the results will be available starting March 31st. And Miss Hovis and I, we kind of bribed the kids a little. We told them that if they pass both the math and ELA portion of the SAT, that we'll take them on a fun trip. So part of the new accountability model is SAT counts for your letter grade. But
Seen
SAT
that.
you don't have to have necessarily to get into college or go right into the workforce. So we had to make them take it serious somehow. So that was our try this year. We'll see if it worked or not.
So where are we going?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to let them vote.
Yeah, yeah. The ones, yeah. Yep.
Hopefully we need a yellow bus for that.
Yes, hopefully, hopefully. iLearn Checkpoint 2 has been completed, and we are starting on Checkpoint 3 testing. So Checkpoint 3 opened up February 9th through April 10th. Grades 3 through 5, math is testing March 3rd to April 3rd, or 30th to April 3rd. ELA, they tested this week. March 6th, grade 6, woo. Math is March 9th through the 13th, and ELA is March 30th through April 3rd. Grade 7, math is March 30th through April 3rd, and ELA is the same week. And then grade 8, they completed their iLearn testing for math this week, and ELA will be March 30th through April 3rd. So then next up after that is IM, and that will be March 30th through May 8th. And then iSprout is for our preschoolers. So iSprout occurs at the beginning and the ending of each year. And that will take place April 6th through May 15th. And then the iLearn summative will be April 13th through May 8th. And once again, summative test, the results won't come until September. And then iLearn Biology, May 6th. And then iRead, the summer window is May 10th through June 25th. So with iRead, if kiddos do not pass it the first time, they do have a summer retake where they can take it at the end of school in second grade, and then third graders can actually take it 2 more times, the beginning of the summer window and the end of the summer window. And then this is preliminary results. They do not go finalized until April. But grade 2, 22 out of 36. So we're sitting at a 61% pass rating right now. And then grade 3, we just had 9 students left to take that. All the rest of them passed in grade 2. So right now our total pass rate for the entire third grade is setting at 80%, which the state requires 70% or above, which it will go to 90% coming up. And then in your packets you have elementary iLearn Checkpoint 2 results. So you have Checkpoint 1 above, and then Checkpoint 2 below. And then middle school, same thing. And then Mrs. Eubank kind of went over this a little bit, but a math update for the 26-27 school year. So DOE is coming out with, starting next school year, there has to be a K2 universal math screener. We kind of do this already with reading with our Acadians. So next up was math. So we did find out this week the approved screeners came out. There's only 2 of them. And we already have the program iReady that we use. So that will be added on next year at no extra cost. So that was good news. There's also a toolkit, K8 Indiana Tiered System of Supports toolkit for math that offers 3 grain-banded asynchronous courses that equip educators with high-quality evidence-based strategies to strengthen math instruction and intervention. So this is on the website for any teacher to go on and complete this program. And then grades 6 through 8, like I said, like Mrs. Eubank said, if students achieve a score of above proficiency on iLearn math assessment in grades 5, 6, and 7, and earns a C or higher in math courses, then they're required to automatically enroll students in advanced math courses. But there will be a parent letter that's sent home to explain all that, and the parent is able to opt out if they want to.
Were these from something from this year? Or are these from
Yes.
last
No.
year?
Nope, those are this year. So with checkpoint 1, and then we have checkpoint 2, and then we'll take checkpoint 3, which we're doing right now, and then we'll have the summative at the end.
So it's check 1 when they come in?
Yeah, so that's beginning of the year. Yep. And then enrollment numbers updated for right now. So total enrollment K through 12 right now is 564.
Okay, on the accountability grade, I think we're all dreading that.
Yeah.
I know this year is going to be a little bit, just a hair more lenient than moving forward in the following years. What's our biggest concern with that?
Test scores?
I know there's probably several.
Test scores. Because each kid, it's individualized. So each kid has, here's the kid's name, and then check they have this, check they have this, check they have this, check they have this. And there's different criteria based on what grade you're in. Grade 3 you would have iLearn there, you would have iRead there. Attendance.
I was gonna
Attendance
say,
is another
it's
one.
not all grade.
Because it's 94%. So that's another checkbox. If a student has 94, then they get that box checked. And then it all goes into a formula, and then that. Which I was gonna say, yeah, we all watched the webinar this week about accountability, and we have another one, part 2, coming up. So,
And we've seen it.
yes,
Yeah.
It's the whole school as a whole
Yes.
that's going to get this grade.
yes,
So do we have an area, whether it be elementary, whether it be middle school or high school, that is going to take the brunt of the lowest portion, or is there a concentrated effort that we need to, or is it just in general
I would say the
everywhere?
test scores, absolutely test scores everywhere.
Everywhere, all
Mhm.
grades.
The
yes,
expectation.
yes,
Yeah.
because PSAT is going to be included in that. SAT biology iLearn is now included in that. Where
Getting a government.
correct, and now you get a checkbox for iLearn government, so we'll probably have to start offering that next year to take that test. There was one more test too. What was the other one that we'll have to add?
Employability skills,
Yes,
whether the kids. Yeah,
work-based learning. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, middle school, high
give
school credits.
Offer high school credits.
So, yes.
So you guys that are in the know, I'm not asking you to look into your crystal ball or anything. What do you think our first year grade is? So what are you anticipating in December for our letter grade? Not good. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. Okay. Well, I think there's just a lot that they've done on this accountability that we have no control over, that I don't think they've taken into consideration for our school and schools like us.
Well, and we just
And-
got the information final ruling this week, and we've already went through all of school. So if we had known that, hey, we need to offer high school classes in middle school in August, that would have helped. So, going forward, knowing that information and knowing how to set up the schedule and what classes to offer and when according to that accountability model will help
And I
too.
think we've started this year really talking to kids about their scores and their tests and their, we've really put a lot of information to them. Like if they don't know, like if they don't know where their scores are, they're not going to know that they need to improve. And I
Yes.
think we can only continue to do that. Just being transparent with kids about where they are in their learning and the expectation that we will help you grow.
And I'm in the same hallway as the middle school, so I hear a lot of those teachers, and they come into my office quite often since I'm right there, and the information that they're like giving their kids and like saying, oh, you're here, and hearing kids like, oh, I want to take that second opportunity because I know I can get to there. That's changed this year. Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
parent involvement? You see that increase this year as far as knowing where their kids are at or wanting to know where their kids are at?
So with testing, so it was usually I just mailed out the letters. That's how it was because they had no access to online. This year, via the CRS where all the scores are held, I'm able to put in the parents' email, and Tide will send them out an email with their students' results. And just example, in iRead this week, I told those teachers, I'm like, hey, if these kiddos, if their parents don't have the results or if they forgot that Tide password, let me know and I will send it to them. And I probably had 10 in the past 2 days, like reach out like, hey, they don't have this. They forgot it, send it to them. And I've sent it to them. So yeah, I have more communication now because of that, where I was just sending snail mail when we didn't have this last year. So, I was encouraged by that.
I think too.
And I know like Mrs. Hawkins and Mrs. Rollins, after each test, after the iRead, they're calling the parents, celebrating. If there's improvement need, don't worry, we got this. Like this next 2 months, in May, it's going to be great when we test again. So they've been really good about doing that as well.
I think too, we've talked to teachers about aligning kids' grades should really align. You can see how many checkpoints assessments they take. They take a total of 4. So their grades in class and their grades in iReady and their scores should really all align. So if they're, scoring in blue, you'll have some anomalies, but if they're scoring in blue, then their grades are really high, generally speaking. So it's just having those conversations and informing kids of, we're watching all of this. And I know in the middle school, they have an enrichment class that all of those kids want to get into now.
Mm-hmm. And in the middle school, we have a big, huge document of every kid's name. iReady beginning of the year, middle of the year, I learned checkpoint 1, 2, and they have a data row. And anybody in the middle school can see that data of each kid, and you can see where they are easily, so you don't have to click through all the different programs. It's all right there on a spreadsheet.
It's just those data conversations, and
Mhm.
I know that you're having a lot of those. With teachers are having, the kids are having.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. Last thing I want to do is just thank my teachers and proctors. Without them, I wouldn't be able to create these schedules and give the test or anything like that. So I want to thank them for all their hard work for the trainings and rolling with the punches to give these tests.
Thank you.
Thanks. Many challenges ahead. Okay, personnel. We have Roger Stallings as custodial substitute. Middle school baseball volunteer coaches, Tony Taylor, Mike Ryan, Seth Sorrells, and Jace Irwin. Golf volunteer, Nick Bowman. All volunteers pending positive outcome for background checks. Motion to approve those folks.
All motion.
Ethan, second.
I'll second.
Eva, all in favor?
Aye.
Ashton Berry requested maternity leave August 4th through the October 9th, 26th. Motion to approve. Annette, second.
I'll second.
Lorna, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Let's see. FEMA shelter generator maintenance contract. I think that's with Everpar. Twice a year to make sure that stays functional. Motion to approve that contract.
All motion.
I'll second.
Ethan and Eva, all in favor?
Aye.
Event and facility usage, American Red Cross for certified babysitting training in room 204, June 1st through the 5th and 15th through the 19th. Motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion.
Lorna, second. Ed, all in favor?
Aye.
There are sextons hosting that.
Superintendent's report.
All right, we have an update for March. We're going to start with, as I have said every month, we've just been updating everything every month, looking at our enrollment data, and I know Danielle started this conversation, but just looking this, I have put this up every month since December, but just knowing where we are, where we've been, and quickly where we're going. Our kindergarten enrollment is at 31, 32 right now. We have 36 seniors. Oh. So we have 36 outgoing seniors, so hopefully we have a minimum of 36 incoming kindergartners so that we can balance that out. But we'll keep this conversation going. Here's my buckets. I think Darla might buy me some buckets. So here's our education fund for this month, for the month of February. Looking at our expenditures and our revenue, making sure that we keep our balances and our percentages. So we're just kind of monitoring that, and we will continue to monitor that. Remember, things from the education fund or anything that really touches the classrooms, teachers, teacher salaries, teacher assistants, salaries, curriculum, all of those pieces, materials and supplies. So that comes out of the education fund. So we're just going to continue to monitor that every month. Our operations funds, this right here, the reason this expenditure is high is because we paid out some of the FEMA work, and then that needs to be, as Kendra Wright says, we haven't been reimbursed yet, so we have to wait for it to come back in. So that's where and she's not real happy about that right now. So, but that will all balance back out. Operations funds, that is superintendent's office, salaries in there, everything in the HVAC, all of the maintenance, bus maintenance, all of those pieces come out of the operations. This is our construction bond. Kendra Wright calls it the 0700 fund. This is the bond that we recently, the 2026 bond. A lot of it was used to pay for the FEMA shelter. And here is our expenditures of where we are from when we started. And then our potential work up here at the top. We want to finish the FEMA shelter, the technology side of things. We want to, we hope that we're going to have a FEMA project to, Kendra it was on one of her grants that we would get a FEMA grant to do the track, and we estimate that our amount will be $80,000, our cost for that. Upgrading the multipurpose room ceiling. We're going to use bond money to pay for that. And we are having some, and I think we talked about this last month, we are continuing to have conversations to update our radios, receivers, and repeaters. I've learned a lot about radios over the past couple of months, but 2 days ago, we were having a bus issue, and we have a base station in our office, but it's there's a base station down in the maintenance building. Everybody else has handheld radios. Carol comes running into the superintendent's office. She's like, "Oh, I'm glad you're here. I didn't know. I couldn't hear on my handheld." But so she was running over to hear on the base station. And we can't, our bus drivers are it's like that telephone game right now, right? Like, so someone like Paul George will call in, but we can't hear him. So bus 11 will pick it up, and then he relays it to us. So this updating receivers and repeaters, that is going to take care of that. It's moving it from analog to digital, but it's also moving and upgrading our repeater that we have out at, is it Melvin Albright's house? He has, we've even looked at some point maybe going with somewhere else to add another repeater, but the company we're working with, they really believe that this upgrade will help this is all about us being able to talk to our bus drivers. And Larry has, been working behind the scenes on this diligently, and he's been running out to the repeater station. Matthew's out there trying to help with. Josh Gates has been involved. They have to have SIM cards and all of these. It's a lot of moving parts, and it's been a lot of conversation. So we're hoping to get that taken care of. So these are the things that we are looking at using bond money for, and this is our bond revenue and expenditures. So we talked about in December, I had this conversation about the budget projections and additional information coming in the next couple weeks. So in April, we will have an update on this. We will be meeting with Chad Blacklock again for projections and outlook. Dr. Dykstra is completing our special ed program and staffing evaluations to ensure we are providing our exceptional services to our students. We are looking at our preschool analysis of enrollment, and then we have our projected budget numbers for our 1782 notice, and then we have those documents that are linked in there. So this is our moving pieces, and we hope to have some information for everyone at the April board meeting. Does anyone have any questions? No one wants to talk about budget? So we have a lot to be celebrating. This week has been fun. I've been watching the kids. I've been watching the teachers. It has been great. The speakers are coming in. Tomorrow's speaker, I think, is supposed to be, did you say this speaker coming in tomorrow is a big deal. So the kindergarten roundup was very successful. There was lots of balloons, lots of kids running around. It was really great to see them engaging with everybody in the building. They got some really cool backpacks, and it was just really fun. We want to thank all of our volunteers who came in to help with that, and I know Audrey had shared that already. Our winter sports teams and coaches, the winter sports we're kind of moving into that spring sporting events, so we'll see how we're making that transition from inside back outside. So I'm very excited about that. And so hopefully we have good weather and we can have a spring sports season after this past couple weeks. There have been many activities to inform and encourage students to make great choices these past few months. And it's just been wonderful to see kids engaging in a positive way with each other. I saw down at the science fair today, I happened to look over and Carol's got a group of kids over there and they're playing some type of a game and they were laughing. And the kids were over at the science fair doing their projects and presentations. We had some kids, I talked to them about mouse trap cars and they were very excited to share and to show those to me. The data shared by Danielle shows that students are continuing to learn and grow. And next week, we're going to be on spring break, or the kids are going to be. And of course, on Saturday, the robotics and winter guard team go to state, and we're excited about that. I also have to say, Lorna, I see you out here all the time between the working in the concession stand, hosting the robotics competition, and then the next week you're hosting the craft show. I don't know. It's just, but you have students bouncing around and volunteers in and out. So it's been great to see that even on weekends and lots of great things going on. With that, that's all I have.
Thank you. Thanks. I was going to ask, on the presentations you've had this week, have you had any student feedback at all? Good. So was that a current student? Okay. Anything else on the financials that I think you went over pretty much everything. We do have those as first readings. We have the safe room operation, shelter operation, suicide prevention policy, and the threat assessment and response protocol.
So next month, our social workers and counselors and Ben they're all actually going to present, because this is all safety related, and we have really been working on our safety protocols. And we're supposed to have safety training yesterday, but we did have virtual safety training, and then we're working to update these. By law, we are required to have this suicide prevention policy and this threat assessment response protocol. And they have been working on those 2-hour delay days to put those pieces to the puzzle together. And then Kendra and Ben have worked through the shelter safe room operations, because we were asking about protocols for that. So that's kind of just the first overview.
Okay.
Those names.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
All right. With that, we need a leave of accounting report. Motion to approve all those reports.
All motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay.
Ethan. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we need a motion for the approval to pay claims. Jeanette, second.
No, I will.
Lorna, it was your turn.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I missed.
All in favor?
It's all your turn.
Aye.
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 Okay. Any other discussion we need?
I got a card here to read.
Card? Okay.
To the administration, teachers, and staff, thank you so much for the support you showed my family during the time of my recovery from surgery. Thank you for the cards, vouchers, and cash you sacrificed on my. There were some difficult times, but knowing how much cared was a special encouragement during the days of recovery. Felt blessed by all the cards, prayers, and gifts. Girl,
Anything else? All right, meeting adjourned.